Hey folks, welcome to the channel. I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country. I've got a gift request. Scott Powell made a gift to the channel for me to do this song of Reba's, Fancy. You saw it. And Scott, shout out to you. Thank you for this gift and request, my friend. And caveat, it's on VEVO, which means it's likely to be blocked. I'll react to it anyway. Scott had requested originally Carrie Underwood's song, So Small, and that was blocked. So anyway, we're back to square one here, but Reba's song, Fancy. And Scott was shocked that I hadn't done this one, but there's a lot of music out there that I haven't done. I've done about 4,000 reactions and reviews so far, but there's hundreds of thousands of songs out there. So that's why this is fun. It just keeps evolving and growing because there's a lot of music left to be explored. So let's see this video. It's like a 6-minute one, yeah. So let's see what we've got. Hopefully it's not blocked. I'm watching the video. If it's blocked, I'll re-upload it with just the audio. Though it takes extra time, I'll do that for this one. Here we go.
I just can't believe it. I mean, Fancy Ray Baker riding in my cab. It's some kind of weather we're having, ain't it, Fancy? I'll tell you what, I've seen every movie you've ever made, and my wife Louise, she's got every record you ever made. Fancy Ray Baker, my goodness. You know, I really didn't know you was from this area. But I'll tell you what, I think you are the most famous person ever come from these parts. So you just passing through, you're gonna stay for a while.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said, are you just passing through, or you gonna stay for a while?
No, I'm just passing through.
Louise is not gonna believe this. Fancy Ray Baker in my cab. You know, you might want me to wait. This ain't necessarily the best neighborhood.
No, I'll be a while.
Oh, well, that's no problem. I won't even keep the meter running.
Okay, thanks.
Look how she's all done up. Whoops. That's where she grew up.
Fancy.
Well, I remember it all very well. Looking back, it was the summer I turned 18. We lived in a one-room run-down shack on the outskirts of New Orleans. We didn't have money for food or rent, to say the least. We were hard-pressed. And Mama spent every last penny we had to buy me a dancing dress. Well, Mama washed and combed and curled my hair, and she painted my eyes and lips. Then I stepped into a satin dancing dress that had a split from the side clean up to my hip.
Yeah.
It was red velvet trimming and it fit me good. And standing back from the looking glass there stood a woman where a half-grown kid had stood. She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Mama,
This theme sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure I did someone else's cover of this song years ago. And I remember being upset at the storyline. But when you're broke, I mean, poverty, extreme poverty is just such a bitch. And it would make a mom even do this to her 13-year-old. I forget where the story goes. We're going to find out. But I'm, you know, of course, moved and saddened and partly angered by it. But let's just see how it plays out.
had a little bit of perfume on my neck, then she kissed my cheek. And then I saw the tears welling up in her troubled eyes as she started to speak. She looked at a pitiful shack and then she looked at me and took a ragged breath. She said, your paws runned off and I'm real sick and the baby's gonna starve to death.
Yeah.
She handed me a heart-shaped locket that said, to thine own self be true. And I shivered as I watched a roach crawl across the toe of my high-heel shoe. It sounded like somebody else who was talking, asking, Mama, what do I do? She said, just be nice to the gentleman, Fancy, they'll be nice to you. She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. mama died and I ain't been back. But the wheels of fate started to turn, and for me there was no way out. It wasn't very long till I knew exactly what my mama been talking about.
Yep.
I knew what I had to do, and I made myself this solemn vow. I was gonna be a lady someday, though I didn't know when or how. But I couldn't see spending the rest of my life with my head hung down in shame. You know, I might have been born just plain white trash, but Fancy was my name. She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. It wasn't long after a benevolent man took me in off the streets. 1 week later, I was pouring his tea in a 5-room hotel suite. Yes, you were. I charmed a king, a congressman, and an occasional aristocrat. And then I got me a Georgia mansion in an elegant New York townhouse flat. And I ain't been mad.
It's like Hell on Heels by the Pistol Annies.
Now in this world, there's a lot of self-righteous hypocrites that call me bad and criticize mama for turning me out, no matter how little we had. But though I ain't had to worry about nothing from now on 15 years, well, I can still hear the desperation in my poor mama's voice ringing in my ears. Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Oh, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Lord, forgive me for what I do, but if you won't have it, it's up to you. Now don't let me down, hon, your mama's gonna move you uptown.
Okay, Mama. I understand.
Oh, and I guess she did.
Bye, Mama.
I wonder how long she spent. Nice. Covered it all. Yeah, I mean, I can't even judge that, you know? I mean, you get thoughts on it, you feel for the kid. In the end here, Fancy, the character, sort of talked to the memory of her mother and said, like, I understand. But now she's able to have a home for runaways and sort of take care of it. So she sacrificed her life and for a whole bunch of others. I didn't know exactly what she did because we weren't told what she did to get that Georgia mansion, the New York penthouse, or a flat, did she say? It doesn't matter. It's an expensive apartment in the city of New York. We didn't understand. Yeah, there's a congressman in there, and anytime you hear like a congressman, it's like, oh, she probably slept with him, and he was married, and he had to pay her off. That's the implication. That's how I hear the song. That's how I feel it and sense it. But in the end, she's coming back to make some things right for girls. I can't judge that level of poverty. They didn't have food, in the shack, and it's like, as a last resort, her mother had tears in her eyes, I think she said, because her mother didn't want that. She never saw her mother again. Welfare services took the kid, her sibling away. I don't know, it was a brother, I think it was a brother, but her sibling. But that degree of poverty, I don't know what I would do. You know, at some point, you do what it takes to survive. And so you can moralize and just say, oh no, this is absolutely wrong under all circumstances. And I mean, I understand that vantage point, but what's the alternative? Maybe the sibling dies because there's no food. Maybe you die. Maybe mother is sick. Nobody there to take care of the kid. There's nobody there to take care or raise the kid at that point. The mother did die. So she had to kick her out in the world. I think she said the first person to take her in was a benevolent man. So you didn't get the sense that he was going to take advantage of her, because I hate those people. I tell you, I hate those people that will take advantage of someone, especially a kid. And I don't know, I'm sensitive to females, put it this way. I hate it when members of my gender are such greaseballs that they take advantage of young girls. I like hate that. So the fact that you said benevolent, I was all right, fine. Maybe that's the type of thing I would. It's actually the type of thing I have done. And you just be an honorable person, not a greaseball. And if somebody needs help, you help them. If you're going to be a father figure to somebody, be a father figure to that person. But you can tell I'm amped up right now because that stuff, just the idea of it pisses me off. But she made it in her own way. And if she can look herself in the mirror, there you go. Look where she came from and look where she is now, going to provide for people. So Scott, yeah, this is one where the video itself did it justice. Reba did really well in this one too. It was not cheesy. She didn't smile till the end. And it's just a well-written song. And so, all right, I'm going to rate my experience with this video, the song and the video. And the number that popped into my mind was a 9.7. I mean, it was moving. And I mean, it was a story. I liked the way it was produced, the whole thing. So there it is, folks. Hopefully it doesn't get blocked. All right, guys, you can thank Scott Powell for that one. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.